every time you hear that have we hit a bottom, is this the last bank write-down, is this the last loss? It's impossible for that to happen. The bailouts will grow. The Treasury now has a blank check to bail out Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. There will be a stock market collapse between September of 2008 and February 2009. Over the next 6 to 8 weeks, you are going to see the calm before the storm.
A Fox Business alert, dark clouds hanging over Wall Street today. The Dow Industrials falling 358 points to the lowest level in nearly 2 years.
It's time to issue the voice of warning. Yesterday, CNBC came out with a calming survey that said few economists see recession ahead. The economists will be wrong. There's a 100% chance of recession and also a 100% chance of depression.
When the hell is enough enough? You know, they're just sailing along, and every other day they're out on television telling us the recession is over because Wall Street goes up to almost 10,000 points. It's a farce. It's a scam. And when you wake up, it's going to be too late. 9 million jobs we've lost since December 2007. 34 million people on food stamps in this country. We don't see the bread lines in this country because it's done electronically.
Somebody promises them stuff first and they vote him or her in because he or she has promised them the most. And basically that's it. That's your democracy. And it's the beginning of the end.
I can see that the philosophical issues of those who lead us isn't in lockstep with those who put them there, and probably that will change.
Honestly, Obama's selling you out. Just wake up. He was anti-war. He's not anti-war. He's increased the troop levels in Afghanistan. Oh yeah, he's going after Osama bin Laden. Yeah, tell that to yourself in your dreams. He didn't repeal the Patriot Act. Obama is Bush number 2.
But it's not just going to be Obama's Vietnam, it's going to be our Vietnam. Because without getting our military spending on further war making under control, this nation is not going to survive.
I am so sick of people using race to defend this guy's actions. I am absolutely sick of it. Let me read more of what he said. Quote, "This is an inherent feeling among many in this country that an African American should not be president." Okay, let me tell you about an inherent feeling. I have an inherent feeling that former President Jimmy Carter is completely full of it, okay? I have an inherent feeling, and not just an inherent feeling, I have a belief that the president and people within this administration are not telling the truth, okay? They've lied consistently.
For recovery to happen, humanity has to work together and find viable ways for an economic recovery, and this takes time. By continuing on with restoring debt and government stimulus with stuff like cash for clunkers, it's not going to work.
The great game can continue only as long as deficit countries, currently the United States, Spain, Italy, France, Britain, Greece, and East Europe, are willing to bankrupt themselves buying Asian goods. Obviously, this is absurd.
When our country walks away from borrowing the savings of other countries, I don't even want to think about what's going to happen then. They're going to have to devalue the dollar to make it easier to pay this debt back, which they're never going to be able to do. The dollar's going to have to be wiped out. You're dropping your debt just by devaluing the currency. And that's their master strategy. Borrow as much as possible till people can't pay it back, and then devalue the currency so we don't have to pay it back. It's insanity.
The United States is defined as banks and brokers now. It's not defined as the people. It's defined as banks and brokers, be they foreign or domestic. The U.S. economy is defined as the banks having more of your money. And the more money they have, the better off their balance sheets look, and the better the economy is.
Have you people forgotten what happened in the economy? You have Ben Bernanke, Henry Paulson, Timothy Geithner, Barack Obama coming on TV every day and tell us how they saved us from another depression. They saved us with bailouts and stimulus money. How do they know they saved us? Can they see into the future? Do they know what would have happened if we didn't have stimulus package? If we didn't have bailouts? No, they have no idea. But it was never about saving us. It was about saving their rich friends at Goldman Sachs and GM. Their rich friends at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. These politicians knew these are the people who get us elected. These are the people who give us the money to get us reelected. We can't let them fail, but how can we save them? I know, we can give them taxpayer money. The American people will never go with that. They won't let us use taxpayer money to bail out private companies. They might if they thought we were in a recession. They might if they thought we were heading towards a depression. So the politicians caused the recession. They came on TV every day and told us, a depression is coming, a depression is coming. And people stopped spending money. We bought it. We said, okay, give the banks our money. Give the private companies our money. Anything to stay out of depression. And they saved Goldman Sachs. They saved GM. They saved Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Those companies are going to be making money hand over fist pretty soon. And the American taxpayer is going to be paying off that debt for 100 years or freaking more. And they have the audacity to come on TV and say they saved us? They saved us? Are you freaking kidding me? The government didn't save us. They screwed us. They freaking screwed us.
Why do we have a Treasury Secretary who can't pay his taxes? Why do we have a member of House Ways and Means who can't pay his taxes? Why are these people still in Congress? Where are the cops? And more importantly, where are the citizens? Are we sheep? Are we consumers? Or are we citizens of the United States? It is time for the people of this nation, the good, decent people of this nation, to say enough. No more.
I want to save my money, right? And the problem is, right, I can't save paper money, but I can save gold and silver. You know why? Price of gold and silver, the value of it actually, is relative to everything else. So that means that in the future, I'll be able to buy the same amount of bread with 1 ounce of silver or 1 ounce of gold.
These Federal Reserve notes are just pieces of paper. People are losing confidence. It took $700, at least the futures market, $700 in December, 700 of these to buy an ounce of gold. And I predict it'll be $1,000, not before too long, to buy an ounce of gold.
It's my firm belief, if you don't know already, is that one day silver will be worth more than gold simply because of supply and demand. Gold may double in price, it may triple. Silver can go literally to the moon.
From a technical perspective, the recession is very likely over.
It's time to move. Without question, the fall, everything's going to be hitting the fan, and then you're going to want to have a nice garden and neighbors that you can share with in the spring. And that'll be fun. If you don't, it won't be fun.
The GDP fix is in, and of course, it's going to get negative again in the first quarter of 2010, but for now, the double dip recession fix is in, when in reality the real economy, the faces behind the numbers of the unemployed, is getting worse by the day.
As far as shorting the market, yeah, this reality is going to set in pretty soon. You know, the banking stuff on the FDIC and all that stuff came out. But when the bank holiday happens, and I think there's a good chance something like that could happen in the next 90 days, this fall. But when that bank holiday happens, you watch what happens to the stock market. When they want it to tank, it'll tank. It'll go way down. The suckers are coming in. Fools rush in. That's what's happening now. So yeah, shorting sounds like a great idea. And I wouldn't short it like 2 weeks out, but I would short it 2 or 3 months out. Big time. Leverage.
And that's why you have people who look at the Elliott wave theory, as well as deflationists in general, looking at the real numbers and saying, wow, we're going to see an S&P 500 around 200. Now look, I've said 400. You know, I can't say I disagree with these guys that it's going to go a lot lower in the long term. I see within the next 6 months, I see the S&P cut more than half.
And all you true patriots out there, get ready. Because this fall, a lot of dominoes are going to fall down.
Peace, love, understanding, think about things. Don't believe everything you read.